This story, if it was not true, it would be so hard to believe. I remember it unfolding before my eyes. Murdaugh, death in the family. Johnny Berchtold, Will Harrison are joining this cast. Johnny, tell us what this story is all about for people who aren't familiar.
Yeah, so like you said, it's a crazy story. It's the story about inspired by the Murdaugh family. They were a very powerful and prominent South Carolina legal family, and it chronicles the destruction of their legacy, essentially, after years of scandal catches up to them. It's a wild, heartbreaking story.
Really is. It's so wild and unfolding on screen. Will, what was it like building that relationship as brothers alongside Johnny?
Oh, it was great. We dove right in. I remember we did a chemistry read in LA, and Johnny had already been cast, and they were trying to find their buster. And we came in and just hit it off immediately. You know, there's like we were talking about it earlier. There's something to there's a lot of friction in their relationship, and they're very different. But I think that friction is only ever born from a really close relationship. I don't think you can have that complicated of a relationship unless it's truly close. So that was something that we just tried to foster, and we just kicked around Atlanta and hung out all the time to try and just make that feel as natural as possible on screen.
Yeah.
Comes across so naturally, and this family dynamic is led by Jason Clarke, Patricia Arquette, just the Murdaughs, the parents of them. Johnny, what was that like working with them? Because they are such incredible actors and just dive deep into this role.
Right. Oh my God. Watching them transform and just immerse themselves in this story. It was incredible. Obviously, they are legends, and they are legends on screen and off screen. They just truly are such great leaders and just great people. I've said this before, but I think this production could have gone a completely different way if it was not them. If it was someone else, and they just brought such immense comfortability and leadership to the story, especially because it is so sensitive. But getting to know them and getting to sit at a dinner table with them, it was always like, I can't believe this is happening right now. The most incredible.
They really brought like a simultaneously like such an ease and a relaxed approach to such an intense story, but also a really like fierce dedication to telling it right. And if you're going to step into these shoes, then you got to step in all the way. And they raised the bar for everybody. You could really feel it on set.
Terrific acting across the board. And I mean, America is obsessed with true crime, this being no exception. But I was watching it and I learned so many things I didn't know even from being in the news. Will, what was that like to kind of portray these scenes that maybe not everyone knows all of these parts? You're obviously taking some creative liberties, but there's a lot of stuff that people will learn in this as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be learned that people will not have been exposed to yet. And then also, it's such a different approach to take in this information and this tragic story while also getting a glimpse of the humanity of these people. And, we took it very seriously and kind of tried to approach it from a point of empathy throughout the project because it's a really sensitive material. But, the darkness in this story is always going to be there. It is tragic, and it is filled with corruption and privilege and some really dark stuff. So finding the levity and the humanity was really important to us as well, knowing that stuff was always going to be there.
Ripping storytelling in Murdaugh, Death in the Family, Wednesday, October 15th on Hulu. Johnny, Will, thank you both so much.
Thank you.